Hi, folks. Welcome to the Oneiric Discotheque. I'm Steve. I'm going to take you through a little history in order to explain what the Oneiric Discotheque is. Um, Back in the 1970s, if you wanted to share the music you were listening to with someone, you had to go over to their house and you take your records or your cassettes, or you would listen to the radio together, and you'd play each other music, and you would say, "Hey, these guys are really cool. You need to listen to this group," or "Check out this guitar solo, man," or whatever. So around about 1980, the cassette recording technology became cheap enough that you could buy your own cassette recorders. And so this gave rise to the phenomenon that we call mixtapes. So you could just make a tape with all of your favorite music on it. And so I used to do that. I would make mixtapes for my friends. My friends would make mixtapes and send them to me. And you would share the music you were listening to that way. And it was always cool to get a mixtape from your friend, because you could hear all these cool songs that you wouldn't have necessarily heard otherwise. And you would hear what your friend was listening to. And if it was a friend that you bonded over music, then it was a way of keeping that bond alive, even if you couldn't go over to their house all the time. Um, so that was what we did in the 80s and the 90s. And then around the turn of the millennium, the CD burning technology became cheap enough that you could start to burn CDs for your friends. So rather than a mixed tape, you would make them a mixed CD. Um, and we did that for a little while until the streaming technology became uh, advanced enough that you could just make a Spotify playlist or a YouTube playlist and direct your friends to that. So the Oneiric Discotheque is basically a YouTube playlist. Um, but one thing that I've also done in my life to share music with people is when I was at college, I worked at the radio station on campus. So shout out to KUCI in Irvine at University of California, Irvine. Go Anteaters. So I did that for a few years, and so I wanted to kind of make a merger of the mixtape and I wanted to kind of make a merger of the playlist and having a radio show. Um, so what the Oneiric Discotheque is a guided playlist. So it's a YouTube playlist, and I'll be coming on in between the songs to kind of talk about them almost like a DJ. So, so if you like this concept, be sure to hit like on the videos in between where I'm talking, and subscribe to my channel, and leave me some comments, and we'll have some discussions about it. Part of going over to people's houses and listening to music is that you could talk about the music with them while you were listening to it. So um, YouTube comments are the closest thing we have to that. Um, so let's get into it, and remember to do all those things that I just mentioned if you like what you're seeing and hearing. Thanks.